Wow.
6.6. That is Daddy won by some margin. Racerlight, very respectable. But a second behind,
Yeah.
+8 is a second behind +10. It is red team that scores the point here. Looks like we're good to go now. So finally the match is properly underway and we
All
can
right.
focus on watching the players and analyzing the map. So, uh, the initial part of the map, there's nothing to really be said here, except that it is pretty tricky to navigate this section on the second and third lap. Maybe our exit speed varies a little here. So here, I guess you can no drift, but I don't see a lot of players going for it. Flat turn into a banked corner, you can get on the foul end of the Rammstein, but how should I say this? This map really is more about your willingness to risk than anything else, and you can see that risks can be rewarded, like Panda going into first place, and then you can fail because of them immediately sinking down the positions after a small mistake. So it's a very, very interesting balance, I think, between your willingness to risk and actually, being safe enough to finish the rounds. And Spider now, again, he was looking good last round before dropping a few positions, and now he's outright in the lead with very, very good technique and not
Doing
far
very
behind
good.
Dopamine's best time.
Yeah, he's doing very, very well. Meanwhile, we see big differences in the pack right now. Panda dropping all the way to last, behind Budala even. And it
Look at this.
seems really
So
red right now.
this is an overwhelmingly red round, which I don't think like you would have necessarily expected, since you have Dopamine and two FUTS players on the blue team. But in fairness, red team has Spider and Panda, Ekstrem, who is incredibly strong and should not be discounted, and
And
Yuki,
Yugi!
he has the pace, but he doesn't have the consistency, and this, I think, is exactly what red team needs.
Phew.
Spider, amazing, 146 time, almost matching Dopamine. Very red round, lucky shot with a second place finish. Yuki, third place, amazing round from the two FKX players in tonight's match.
There we go. Very well done by them. And red favorite indeed. Oh, somebody started a little late. It was Panda falling behind after 1 millisecond already. But yeah, big differences on this map. And probably because it's untrained as well. But isn't that also because of the riskiness of the map? You can get
Yeah, so
punished
this
really
map
fast.
really, this is a great competitive map, and I make no mistake about it. But the fact that it is untrained, it just don't have time to discover what the optimal safe line is. And obviously when
Yeah.
you're in this kind of competition, you can't safe. It just doesn't work. Even in Division 2. I tried playing the first map very safe yesterday, and I was basically finishing 6th every round. Two players drop
Oh
off at the
my
lap
god.
marker. Spider also drops off, but far less than they did. You can see your round can just be completely done in one fell swoop. There are no boosters, there are no straight sections. This is pure banked madness.
Wow. So actually
And the
Racerlight
round,
also huge mistake there. Now in last place. Dopa leading though, so a little bit more
so
color through the field.
Spider with an excellent comeback, managing to come back all the way to third place, and the round can still be red. Make no mistake about it, it is Dopamine that is now holding them. Holding the round potentially blue, but ideally you would really want Stake to be able to overtake Lucky Shot or Budala maybe.
Oh, he does.
Do something in that fight, and Spider now overtaking Ekstrem for second place. Amazing action at the front.
Meanwhile,
Dopamine
Budala and
firmly in the
Eco as
lead with
well.
another potential 146. That's the benchmark for the strongest times. Oh,
Oh,
Spider!
Spider! Oh no! Oh, he crashes out. Actually, Lucky Shot overtaking everyone at the end, but he crashes at the end. No way! Oh, he makes it. Oh my god.
It is a blue round thanks to these mistakes, and
Oh my
I think
god.
that honestly, I mean, what
Oh,
happened to Spider tells you exactly what the problem with this map is. This is a great competitive map, but it is played in a game that has notoriously buggy Ramsteins.
yeah.
And sometimes it's just completely out of your control. There's nothing you can do and you will be flung out. And the problem is, if the players think that this map can be inconsistent at times, they've got some really, really bad things coming their
Ui,
way
ui,
in
ui.
the third and fourth maps. Because from what I can see, this is actually the same map order as Division 2, so they've got the most difficult maps coming at the end.
Wow. All right.
which is just... It's just really difficult. Dopamine with a blistering first lap. Look at this pace. He's ahead of the 146
Oh,
time.
lucky huge crash spider as well with a touch, I think.
That's a plain bug, yeah.
Ay,
There's
ay,
just
ay.
nothing he could do there. And yes, this brings the round back into blue team's favor. Would have to do some pretty significant mistakes to drop the round now, as Dopamine is on a blistering pace. Look at this. Top
Wow.
one. Lost minus 0.2, so keeping that solidly blue. As blue as the round itself, as red team is now dropping like flies.
Oh, Dopa. He loses his 31 time pace there with a little
He
mistake.
does,
Makes
but he still
Panda.
is leading, which just tells
Yeah.
you just how good he is at quickly finding the fastest line. It seems like he doesn't even need to train to find the optimal line on the map, and I'm sure that all these players have seen these corners individually. Like, nothing on this map is unorthodox, but just the combination, the free laps, it comes together. It's just very hard to, keep yourself balanced and just nailing corner after corner.
Yeah.
So, and in the end, Dopamine will snipe away first position from Panda, who himself
Nice
posts a very
fight.
good
Yeah.
147.04. The rest of the players almost a second behind them.
Insane.
And
Very insane.
As blue team now takes a, I believe, 3-2 lead.
Yeah,
We can
that
now
is
finally
correct.
take a look at how the points have actually profiled themselves. So Dopamine in a firm lead. Best overall time and best consistency means that he's in first clearly with 37 points. Ekström in second with
That is
28.
insane.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing performance. He's just been on fire the entire BFNL. Doesn't seem like anything can really stop him. We see Spider making a small mistake. Midfield is pretty tightly packed. Panda with 23, Spider 21, and then 20 and 19 points for 4 players. Yuki, Racerlight, Stake, and Lucky Shot. Dalla not far behind, doing well for himself. Focus with a huge mistake in this round and dead last in points. He's not off to the greatest of starts. He
Hey.
will be struggling, and we see a lot of red players now slowly dropping the ball. It is Panda that makes a huge mistake now.
Wow,
Though I
and
guess
Spider
Panda
also
doesn't
behind.
necessarily care. He is the guest appearance for tonight.
Oh, and
Another red player
Ekstrom.
out.
Yeah.
Ekström with a huge, huge crash.
Wow. Had to reset. And as you said before, no boosters at all. So that will be very unforgiving for him, dropping
There
down to
is
last
nothing
place.
you can do. Actually, on most of these maps, the respawns are super unforgiving. There is nothing you can do if you respawn. You're just out of the round completely, especially at this high level of competition. So it's looking like another blue round.
All
Blue
right.
team, I don't actually think have the better pace, with the exception of Dopamine,
Oh,
but they are far more
oh,
consistent than red
oh.
team.
Everyone making mistakes at the front. Oi, oi, oi. Dopa dropped actually. And I think, who was it? Yuki as well. Now Dopa is back, but Yuki dropped. So looking good for blue team in the end here. Dopa snipes Budala for the win. A 147.41. Not the fastest of rounds that we have seen so far, but Budala in second place, I think, says enough about this round.
Yeah, Racerlight, it's actually not a slow round by any means.
No, no.
It's just unfortunately a bit, how should I say it? A bit interesting for red team. I really think that at this point, look at this. You've got 8 players within 5 points of each other. It's
That
only
is
Focus that is
insane.
down and Dopamine that is in Narnia compared to the others.
All right. That is
As
good.
you can now see, so for most of these players, I think that at this point they're actually fine with blue team ending this, just on the basis that they want to keep Dopamine in striking distance if they can at all, and I don't think any of them can make a significant run on points, as we see Panda dropping away, Yuki taking the lead, and now look at this, Yuki, Spider, and Lucky Shot all making it past Dopamine, not for long, but you can see red team has the pace. They just aren't finishing these rounds, and that, unfortunately, is the only thing that matters. We see Lucky Shot, small bug, but he'll be in there, but not in the top 5 positions. And the blue team now regaining perhaps the advantage in the short term.
Yeah.
Focus keeping up well for a change, so far at least. Yuki now and Spider dropping away. The round is looking solidly blue. Panda making it all the way back from his original mistake. Impressive pace from him
Wow.
when he really strikes. Lucky shot again, very small mistake, but they keep piling on, and blue team is just delivering with their current performance. Dopamine with a huge mistake. That's
Huge
going to send him
crash.
out of the round, and red team, you've got to start making up time, and you have to start making it up now. This is the best chance you're asking for. Focus leading
Focus
the round with the
leading.
lowest point totals.
Let's see if he can keep it up with Stiko, Ekstrom, and Budala here. Very nice fight with the
Yeah,
4 of
he
them. Really
really he
close.
needs those points. So if Focus can finish this, this is going to be great. But look at this, red team making a late
Oi,
run
oi,
for it.
oi.
They can take this round away from blue team. Panda overtaking Budala. If they can survive the final corner, this might be a red round.
Oof.
Who reaches the finish line first? It is Focus with an amazing
Wow.
147.29. But it is a red round thanks to some late mistakes
Oh
by
my
blue
god.
team.
What a round. That is insane. Really insane.
Stake is
Oh.
calling for the match to be paused. Racerlight had something urgent happen.
Yeah, we see it.
And,
He's standing at the finish.
You know, NASCAR is, NASCAR is about solidarity, so we are going to pause this round.
All right, he's
Something
back already.
happened. He's back,
Yeah.
and we'll continue right away. So, all good. No
Good.
big deal. We're just waiting for the round to end. Free players still waiting for the memo. I guess they
Eh?
Lucky says that he cannot end the round, so we have two players that didn't get the memo, and I hope they realize that nobody is playing looking at the scoreboard.
Focus gave up now. Only
okay,
Spider.
So Spider is the one that... I'm not sure if you're listening to the stream, mate. The round is done.
The round is dead. He needs to give up here. Oh, there he goes.
He realizes
Ready.
it's okay.
Great.
Okay, all good.
Ooh.
So Racerlight is back, and we are continuing what is now, I believe, a 4-3 in favor of blue team.
Yes. It is very close up until this point. Also in points, like you pointed out, and Focus with that win.
Yeah.
He took
So
himself
with
to
that win,
27.
Ah, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I assume that we are actually going with this round, so we're back to normal here.
All right.
Nothing special to pay attention to. 4 of the top 6 times belong to Dopamine, still undisputedly dominant on this map, but now, thanks to that mistake, Ekstrom actually only 10 points behind. Manageable, I would say, depending on how the later maps go, which is anyone's guess because they are very interesting. So Spider keeping up very well now, and red team again, strong pace in the opening segments. Is that actually a no drift from Panda? He does touch, but that was an interesting... Yuki, I think Yuki misunderstood Spider's joke, and he actually did stop, so Yuki's out of the round.
I
and
see,
the rest of the red team is kind of crashing, and I don't know, we have a bit of a silly night tonight.
Yes.
Not sure how else
to plan.
Not sure how else I would put it.
Yeah. Anyways, the round is going on. Yuki indeed with a misunderstanding and 2 huge crashes from Lucky Shot and Ekstram. So
I think
Dopa cruising.
Yuki will feel very bad about this because he was actually keeping up.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, yes, he is 4 points from last place, but technically speaking, he is in 6th position.
Yeah.
So, you know, going about as well as he would like, because thanks to my bad performance and some other interesting events in Division 2, he might actually be promoting to it again, and being in Division 1, he can actually earn more points than what would normally be available to him if he plays well, so...
Yeah.
This is an opportunity. It's a solidly blue round, and Dopamine again with an incredible time. Look at this. +7, 148, +10, 146.
Wow.
I don't think anything else needs to be said. Focus with another 9 points. His comeback is well and truly
he's real.
Way. He's been keeping it very real.
Very
so
nice.
Yuki's going to be very disappointed about that. But, okay, so now I think everybody should understand that we are live again.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think
5-3 now.
5-3 now,
And
and we see
going.
Yuki now dropping to last place because of this misunderstanding. Yeah, he will feel slighted, but
Yeah.
in fairness to him, he is only 8 points behind second place. And if Red
Everything's
Team
still to
can now
play for.
manage, and if Red Team can manage to come back now, I think that will be very useful for him. And I think basically every player feels fine with this because
Yeah.
players that are off to a bad start, they're not that far behind, and Dopamine, of course, feels very good being 18 points ahead of second place. So I
Very
don't know.
true.
It feels like nobody's going to be too dissatisfied with this first map, except obviously players that got hit in this interesting
Shenanigans.
list. As
Yeah.
Panda makes a huge mistake and
Oof.
Yuki made a
Oh,
mistake earlier,
Stiko
so
as well.
unfortunately, I do think this round is swinging pretty blue to me,
Yeah.
which is not good for the players that want to perhaps make up a few points compared to the competition. Spider, oh no, he gets
Oh.
rambugged right into the wall. That was just TMNF all over again.
Yeah, so blue indeed. Look, oh, focus with a bug as well. Oh, he was doing very well in fourth place, but there he goes. And there is still
Dopamine
one
with
more lap.
Dopamine, Dopamine with a blue time compared to top one. This could be the outright record on this map broken again. He can finish it now, so this round, I think there might still be something to play for, depending on how Lucky Shot can actually finish compared to Budala, and if Razorlight can make a late round snipe. This could still go red, despite some early mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think it could well be going red, like... Okay, so Spider with a small mistake, but he's not at any risk.
Oh,
This
Dopa.
round, this could be a red round, honestly. Dopa with an incredible
I think so.
146.4.
Ah, that was insane. What a drive. And it is indeed a red round. There you go. So well done by the red team members fighting back after multiple mistakes by almost everyone, I feel.
I can't believe that I can't believe that there are 7 players and 2 points. This is impossible. This is incredible.
This is insane.
So, but this
41 to
map,
39. Yeah.
so this map, yes, it is true that this map, you do have some Ramstein bugs, as you see. Interestingly enough, the competition on this map is always very close, be it because of the bugs or because it is just, a map that every player knows how to drive. It's just a question of how much you trust yourself to risk in
Yeah.
TMNF, knowing that the Ramsteins can end your round. So the competition on the second map as well, since this is Div 2 order, the competition is going to be really tight. And I really think, with some honorable exceptions that the audience will see on perhaps the fourth map, this is a pretty balanced map back, partially, anyway.
All right.
Dopa is now beating the
Yeah.
last round record again.
He is, as Lackey points out, he is using a lot of no drifts in corners where other people tend to drift. And that seems to be extremely fast for him right now.
Razorlight falling slightly behind, and this round can actually go red. This round can go red.
Oh, there we go.
Now another blue player dropping away, so actually if Budala and Focus do not maintain their position against Panda and Spider, this round might very well end up red, as now Extreme and Lucky Shot have overtaken Dopamine, who must have committed a small mistake. Oh,
Yeah.
but no, Spider touches the wall, he's sent away. This could ruin their comeback chances, especially if Dopamine makes the snipe happen.
Extreme actually fighting with him right now on a very good time, actually himself. Extreme, let's see if he can keep it up.
Spider falls at the end, so he's in 10th place. The round will be blue.
Ooh.
No dice for red team as
Yep.
Dopamine finishes on the 146. Extreme almost with the 146. It is a solidly blue round. Very impressive times from Extreme and Budala.
Yeah.
Both of them proving to have very good pace. Focus with a +7. His comeback has well and truly happened.
Yeah, all
It
of
is
a
a bit
sudden
difficult to
fourth
call it a...
place.
To be fair, he is only 4 points away from last place.
Yeah, that's true.
he was 7 points behind the rest of the pack, and now he's, got himself a bit of a margin. So
Yeah.
very well done. And Extreme coming out into the clear possession of second place.
Yeah,
which I
with
think
some
is
margin
incredibly
now.
impressive. So
Yeah.
Extreme, I really think that people didn't see his best in the SNC, and now in the BFNL, he is really showing exactly what he's capable of and the pace that he's always had. And Guns and Extreme, for those that remember, the power duo of VR,
Ooh.
never to be messed with, which is... What is going on in this round? Just
Yeah.
blue team
Topa.
experiencing
Crash.
some interesting issues. Yuki leading with a top 1 level time.
Oh
What
my
is going
days.
on? What is going on?
He is just going for it. Huge round here. What is Yuki actually doing indeed? He is on an
Oh my
insane time.
god.
That would
And
be...
Spider, despite driving
Oof.
well, is already so far behind. What is Yuki doing? But he touches the wall. His
No!
round comes to an end.
Oh my god.
Jesus, what was that?
That was
Look at
insane.
this. Red team are throwing the round. Red team are throwing it away, and this is map point for blue team. And look at this
Yeah.
now. Stake, Focus, and Budala, the back guard of blue team, actually mounting an attack right now. Stake in particular in joint last place right now. He really wants that 10-point finish. Spider will be dropping a few points now. This is looking incredibly blue.
Alright,
I
and
think
very close.
this map might be over. Focus doesn't drop. Spider makes a bigger mistake than that. And as the round finishes, I'm thinking that blue team has just finished this map. Yuki will get first
So
place,
as
but
well.
to no avail. Because the map is blue, the round is blue, and we are done with map 1
There we go.
this evening. Future Love Story by Vamos Car, one of the most amazing mappers to ever grace NASCAR. Done. Call it a day, and let's just screenshot the points quickly. I'm gonna type them away. We can
Alright.
see how that's gonna progress as we continue through the night. Of course, we'll be updating you on the solo ranking because this, as you know, in BFNL is one of the most interesting things, the most mandatory, obviously, for your finishing position.
Wow. I'm just a little stunned by the map that we saw here. That was so close, actually.
So this
I
map
can't
is
believe
really
it.
well done, and obviously, when we're talking about the Vamos map, you already know that you're getting, proper competition grade mapping. There's no messing about here. Sure, the map was a bit prone to bugs, but that's because of the game, not because of the mapper. And that is the... Okay, so I got the points totals registered, and we
Yep.
are ready to go to map 2. So, for those of you who want a bit of an update as we prepare for the first train map, Toy Factory by Ronig, a classic flat map with some very unorthodox curves, as you can see.
Alright.
This map will be switching over to, I think, we can switch over to Ekstrom.
Ah. Spotlight on Extram, guys.
Spotlight on Ekstrom, who has been absolutely tearing it up in Division 2 and now
Yes.
in Division 1. So, point totals after map 1. Dopamine in a firm lead with 83 points. Ekstrom in second with 63. Budala in third with 60 points.
Wow.
Yuki with 53. Focus with 53. Stake with 51. Racer 49. Lucky 48. Panda 46 and Spider with 44 points. So we can see that being on the POV stream is a jinx, and this means that Ekstrom is probably not going to enjoy what happens next. We can only hope that this doesn't come true and Ekstrom shows us exactly what he's capable of on this flat map, which, like I said, may be flat, and we do expect better consistency from the players, but it does have some interesting curves and some timings which might catch players off guard. I do think that you can absolutely find yourself in the wall quicker than you think, as for some reason it took me out of spectator, and I am not going to drive.
You're driving.
No thanks. No, I already embarrassed myself yesterday. There's no need to do it twice in a row. That aside, so this is a train map, so they should only have one warm-up, so the players should be deleting this warm-up, but I guess not everybody got the memo.
No. Racer Stick with Spider still driving, so guess we have to wait for them.
To be fair, like I said, the server admin could have set the warm-ups to 1 beforehand, so
yeah,
it is what it is. And the mapper himself enters chat.
Ah, there he is. Ronig himself
is with us.
Thank you for providing the maps. And as well, that goes for all mappers, actually. Quick shout out to the BFNL mappers, because that is... we need mappers.
Delay on Deft stream, it's like looking into the future. Oh no, you have a delay. Was I supposed to put a delay?
No. I have no delay, but it might be because I'm still streaming from a mobile internet hotspot that my stream isn't the fastest.
How far away are the streams?
I have no clue. I have almost nothing open because it makes me lag quite a bit. So maybe Sweeto can tell us. Oh, about
Oh,
point
half a
0.5.
second.
Okay.
Nah, it
Oh.
doesn't matter. I was very concerned for a moment there. I was really
Okay.
concerned. So
No
it turns
problem.
out that the players honking all the way to the finish line don't care, and they just finish the second warm up anyway. So yes, I don't know.
All right.
Uh, red team -2, as Panda suggests, probably not going to happen, as we are now ready to begin. So POV Extreme.
All right.
And Ronig suggests that this map yeeted people out during their match, and it is true, this is a flat map, but you're going to see some very interesting turns here, and I'm going to point them out over the POV of Extreme's first round.
All right. So let's see.
So at the
On the
beginning,
way.
these seem like normal chicanes, but they're actually reasonably difficult to hit. Then you have to kind of hit the snare turn, and this turn is almost all the difference, because the exit to it goes right over a Ramstein. You can't be too aggressive with it. You want to carry over a decent amount of pace, at the same time not risk being thrown out. It is, I think, the most important corner of the map, all things considered, and Ekström nailed it very well. What you can see here, as they are going for that corner a second time, so pay attention to the different lines that the players are taking here. They really release a lot more than they normally will, so they can actually take the following corners at full speed. You can't just optimally take every corner. You have to sacrifice some speed in the lead up to that left-hander, so you can then grab that speed back in the following sequence of turns. Dopamine leading, but Ekström right behind, because again, his understanding of that corner and of this map in general is very, very good. So let's see how they do it in lap 3 again. Again, very big release. They give themselves a lot of room not to risk that Ramstein and then take the following corners at full speed. Ekström saved it a bit there, and he will get overtaken by Stakey, but I don't think he's going to have a problem unless he gets sniped by Spider as well,
Yeah,
which he
and
does.
Spider for second. Wow. Where did he
Indeed.
come from? What a rocket.
It is a blue team round,
Oh my
but that
days.
was a great snipe by Spider, and as you can see, it's almost like the first map. If you don't risk it, you're probably gonna make it, and it's gonna be fine, but you're gonna be losing positions. You're in Division 1 and in Division 2 as well. There are no free points, so it's really a test of just how much are you willing to risk. You take a very close line to the edge there, as we can see the players trying now, some players doing it like Budala did.
Oof.
You can... Oh, and look at this.
Oh,
He,
Ekström.
fortunately, begins suffering from the POV jinx.
Yes.
Very sad for Ekström. We're going to tune into the other players when we see somebody crash out as Dopamine. Oh no, Panda, what was that?
What a rambug was that? Yeah, insane. He flies.
Disgusting rambug. And look at the players' difference in lines. So they all have to basically put two wheels over the Ramstein on the right-hand side, and
Yeah.
you're just begging for the game to bug you out, but you have to if you want to take it fast. There's really no way for you to do this in a way that is safe and fast. You have to pick your poison and just hope that you made the right choice and that your skill is good enough to see you through.
Yeah.
As we see the difference in lines, you can see a small difference for Yuki and Spider, but look at the consequence of that difference in line. Yuki can't actually take the perfect line in the following corner because of that small misposition.
But
So
what
this
a
really
drive.
is a map about precision above all, and Spider with an amazing time. Unfortunately though, I don't think... Is this round even red is the question?
I don't think so. Lucky and
It is a
Panda.
blue round,
It's a
so
blue round. Yeah.
that's
Oh.
not good.
All right.
Okay,
So
so
blue
back
snacking it.
to Ekström's POV, and we'll see.
All right.
So is it all maps untrained for Panda? He tried them for about half an hour on the train server beforehand, that's it. So half an hour, basically no trained. This track is supposed to be trained, but obviously not all players gave it the same amount of effort. Look
All
at
right.
this, just a small difference in line, and look at what happens in the following corner. Players just drop positions and gain positions very quickly. And this final turn is also very interesting because you can't actually take that 180 at full speed. You have to strategically release at some point, and how much speed you give up directly dictates how fast you're gonna come onto the start-finish straight. So
Mm.
plenty of places for you to give up a lot of speed. So your line, your sort of map intelligence to figure out how to drive this in a way that costs you the smallest amount of speed is just it's almost an art to watch the best players do it, and I'm really loving it right now.
Yeah, impressed by indeed the different lines and the stuff that the players are showcasing here. So last lap, Dopa leading, and it looks quite blue again.
It does look quite blue, but look at Ekstrom. So look at what he's doing. That's a very risky line, and look at what happens. He loses the place. But Spider, on the other hand, with an almost picture-perfect line, and now if Ekstrom can
Ooh,
snipe Budala, maybe there can be something, and I think he will. Look at this.
wow,
Ekstrom does complete the snipe, but I don't think it's enough. Dopamine,
wow.
124.85.
The deity
Jesus.
from Mu is gone already. Holy
Goodbye.
moly.
That is the end of that.
Dopa, oh my days. So 3-0 for Blue. Dopa with an incredible performance there. And despite some great efforts on the red team, they are not yet able to take a point. So they need to step it up here.
This is just mesmerizing to watch. I really like this map. This is potentially the best map of the whole cup for me. Because it's not so inconsistent as to really bug players out, and if you make a line mistake, this is gonna happen to you. You're gonna crash out. You really have to take it perfectly. There's no other way. If you miss the line, there is no losing speed. You're just gonna be completely out of it.
Yeah, we saw that with Dopa in this round. So let's see. Maybe first
So no
place
matter
up for
how
grabs.
so how well you position in corner 7 maybe directly dictates if you can even take turn 8 how you're supposed to. And as these kinds of things build up over the course of a round, you just have this very interesting spread of players who are managing to keep the flow together and the ones that aren't. And we saw that on week one's flat map as well, where if you lost the flow at any point, you just lost half a second, and this is happening
Yeah.
here as well. So Spider, again, dominant performance, but it's still a blue round because the rest of his team
Yeah.
is nowhere to be found.
Wow. That
I think
is...
Spider is going to keep it. So far, no major mistakes in the final turn, but as you can see, if you risk that final turn, you have so much speed on the table that you can potentially gain, and with 3 laps, you really want to risk that final turn. It's the difference between finishing 10th because you crashed and finishing maybe 2 positions higher, you know?
yeah.
Temptation is there, and you have to figure out if you can indulge it.
All right. So another blue point. 4-0 here. That is
Look at this.
problematic,
Look at
I think.
as Lucky Shot is not enjoying this map.
What a tilt.
If
All
Lucky
right.
Shot if Lucky Shot isn't enjoying this map, he's in for a nasty surprise on map 4 when he sees what Miraco has made.
Aye, aye, aye.
So yeah, Spider in first place. So the moment we take the POV off of Spider, he's in first place, and on the last map when I was POV streaming him, he was in last place. This is living proof, ladies and gentlemen, that caster
Aye, aye,
curses
aye.
are real, and I'm gonna... Oh no,
Oh,
no.
Dopa needs to reset. Oh my. That is the second time in a row that Dopa has made a huge mistake, even though he finished quite in front last round, but he is gone here.
Where is
Aye, aye,
Spider?
aye.
Can he take advantage of this? He is close enough, but he doesn't have positions. And look at this Ekstrom, just a bit too much, and you're out of the round, even though you didn't really take a wrong line per se. You have to be so reserved with your accelerator, but at the same time, you want to hit it as soon as possible because you are going to lose a ton of speed if you miss the timing, if you turn out a little bit too late.
Yeah.
As a flat player, as someone who predominantly plays flat maps, this map was very enjoyable and monstrously difficult to play because it goes against everything you want to do. You want to just hit it at full speed, but you can't. You have to exercise restraint. You have to just get in the flow and hit the turns, or otherwise you're out.
Wow, and that is what happened
I
to
think,
Dopa. That is what didn't happen to Racer with a
I
nice win
think,
for himself.
yes, but I think Stake got sniped, and this could be a red round. I'm not sure if it is though. It
Let's
is a
see.
red
Yeah,
round.
it
Good.
is.
So Dopamine's mistake and Spider in third place, so his lead actually increases quite significantly. Now even Stake has
Yeah.
overtaken Dopamine. This
Wow.
is pretty good. Spider finished last on the first map. He needs a lot of points. And he's making them up very well compared to the rest of the field. That legendary consistency from the PNE captain coming in clutch as we see Anda struggling a bit, although to be fair, he's not even in BFNL, I think, so
Yeah.
not
No.
really that he cares. Uh, Midfield pretty stacked, although Focus, Yuki, and Lucky Shot not having the best performance of their lives, which I think is kind of weird because I think all of these players are very strong at flat maps, and
Yeah.
they absolutely have the ability, to deliver strong performances. So perhaps a bit uncharacteristic to see them with only 21 and 17 points respectively.
Not good for them, and we see a little bit of a bigger gap now in points, indeed, as we.
When Ekström, that's
Oh no.
unfortunate. He did have a few point gap to the rest of the field, but that's going to diminish now. So we're going to
Yeah.
tune into the rest of the pack and see what's going on. As the fight for the lead, this round can still be very red. Panda now fighting for the lead. Small touch. Look at this. Dopamine
Ooh.
almost got flung out and he had to release. But that's a tenth, 2/10 of a second that you have to drop. And it might cost you the round in the end. Look at this. Oh my god, Dopamine.
Wow, Dopa.
How much are you willing to risk?
Oh my god, can he take it on to the finish? What a line by Dopa there. Last turn for
Jesus.
him now. Oh my
He
god, he does
aced
it.
it. Oh my lord.
Oh, just out of the
What
blue
is
went
that?
in. Oh
What
my
is
god.
that? What is that?
All right, and that is blue again. GG. 5
That's a
to
blue
1
round
now.
again. And
Aye,
5
aye,
to
aye.
1, you're running out of rounds.
Yeah.
And if you're a player that has had a bad start to this map, you're not liking this. This time there is actually a big gap forming for some of these players. Spider and Stake making up a lot of points to the rest of the field. They're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now. And
All
for
right.
the rest of the players, you really want Red Team to start winning, but even though they have the pace, again, the rounds are not being strung together.
Yeah.
Because this is a 5v5, the team point, the +2 for the winning team, that's going to count. Red Team need to step it up, and they need to step it up quickly.
Yeah. That will be a
As
problem for
forgive
them.
me, I need to tune back to Ekström, who seems to have had small flow mistakes at the beginning, so nothing serious, but he is in 9th place. A bit far behind the others. He's waiting to capitalize on maybe some mistakes.
All right.
Although I think Ekström, he almost feels like he's reflexively safing because he realized that on this map, if you kind of get 2 to 3 bad rounds in a row, you kind of lose that sense that you can do it. It's very easy to keep committing mistakes. You have to stay on top of your game.
Yeah.
And for some of these players, this is difficult because this map is brutally unforgiving. So Ranish really made a classic here, I think. Oh my god,
Oh,
who was that?
Spider. That was Spider, I think.
That's
Absolutely
not gonna feel good.
obliterated.
It's not gonna
Oh,
feel good because Dopamine is in first place, so he wanted to do it. And because the blue team is winning the round so decisively,
yeah.
Dopamine 100 of a second behind his own Daddy 1. Amazing round from him, and Spider's gonna hate this because he's only one round actually away from blue team finishing this map. His lead
Point.
has just been eliminated by
Yeah.
Dopamine. So,
Aye, aye,
to be
aye.
fair, Spider is still
Overtaken.
far ahead of the rest of the field, but he was really hoping for a bit more. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So Dopa overtaking him once again into what might be the last round here. 6 to 1 for blue team. Can Dopa do it again? Or can red team magically find some non-bugs or slides here? Let's see if they can. Spider moving forward. Oh, Razorlight with a very interesting mistake, I think. I don't know what happened there, but he is dropped. The rest of the field stays very, very close in the first lap. No major mistakes being made, so blue team and red team fighting for what might be that last point, and red team really need to step it up here with Yuki in second place with Panda as well. Tricky stuff. Dopamine showing the
Chance Red
lines.
Team has had in a long time. Best chance for Red Team in a long time. They have to
Yeah, and there
capitalize.
goes
Look at
Dopa.
releases. Look at this. So that's just a release. That's not actually a material mistake. there is no such thing as a minor mistake on this map. You are out if your flow is broken, and there are so many chances for that to happen because the lines are unorthodox. They require you to exercise extreme restraint. If you overreach just a bit pursuing that last tenth of a second, it's gone.
And
There's
red
nothing to do, and I
team,
think red team is looking really good right now.
yeah, Panda with a #1 finish, and that is a red round for sure. There we go. The map stays alive. They finally find it. Yuki with a +8 as well. That is very good for him.
So now Spider and Steak now catching up slightly, but yeah, so the bottom five are fairly close together, and then the top five, or at least top three, has definitely made a break in the rest of
Yeah.
the field.
And Stiko being close to first place in total overall individual points here is really good for him, I think. He is finding his rhythm on this map, looking really
He
good.
was in need of that. He
Yeah.
was in need of that, based on the total points. So let's see what happens. I think Razorlight, look at this. He had to just, slide over a ram to avoid getting bugged out. He released, and he's now in 7th place, only 0.14 behind the leader. So this action, just how close it is incredible. And for a lot of players, I think this also introduces a certain psychological element into it, because normally you don't really play 10-player matches, right? The closest thing you have is SNC, and in SNC, where it's, 3v3 or 4v4 and a lot of players crash, you always get the feeling that you're competitive and close to the field. But you see this, that you are maybe 2 or 3 tenths of a second behind, and that's 8th place.
Yeah.
You're just out of your mind. You think
is
to yourself,
insane.
how can this be happening? How can I be 8th place driving a clean round? And for a lot of players, and for myself as well, it just introduces a certain element of stress that kind of, how can I not be performing? What is going on?
Yeah.
You start doubting yourself, you lose your confidence.
Yuki! Oh my days! What a last turn by him! Oh my
That's
god!
not enough. Map ends.
It is not enough! Oh my
Map
god!
ends.
Wow! So there we go.
That's sad. That's sad, but it's the end of the map, and I'm gonna just sum the points up very quickly to give you guys an update on how that is going. As Reyma and Co, I think the second trained map is up next.
All right.
You can enjoy that while I crunch the points very quickly.
Let's see. As we jump into the toy factory. Oh no, sorry. It is by Bellman, of course, the chicanes. So let's quickly jump back into the server. And let's see what it looks like here. As Deft counts the points and will give us an update soon. So
As soon as I
interesting.
can, we're going to be quickly checking in with what is going on with the point holes.
That is good. All right. Reyma VODs disabled? I don't think so.
No, they're just going to publish after they are done. So when the stream ends, you're going to see his VOD.
Yeah.
And I don't think my VODs are set to publish at all. So I need to still fix that, I think.
Oh, I can give a small update on that because I got a DMCA song strike. They did not publish my VODs automatically now, so that is maybe why you cannot see them anymore. I still need to change that, so thank you for reminding me. All right, Chicanes by Bellman, and of course, what the name says here, I see a lot of chicanes happening. So that will be very interesting.
Map is going to be okay, so let's just say it as it is. If the first two maps were pretty competitive, they were pretty straightforward, and they were pretty balanced, this map is none of these things. This map, your goal is to stay alive.
All right.
Basically, nothing else matters. This is difficult, because obviously the fastest players are going to hit you with a strong pace. You're going to feel pressured to push. The moment you push, this map can just dump you completely, and your match can be over before before you see what's happening, which is exactly what happened to me as well. So I wanted to come back on this map, I pushed quite aggressively, and it did not work out. And the same thing can definitely happen even for the most skilled players out there. This map is anything but consistent, but for the opportunist that is willing to risk and gets a bit lucky, it's a good place to make up a lot of points.
Who will actually try to push for a little comeback here? Do we know that? We got the points?
I'm about to tell you, it's cool. So,
Okay, great.
only thing that I'm going to remark before I say the points is that right now you have an interesting scenario. The fourth map is really, really unorthodox. It's really. I don't think there's a better word to say this than strange. It's definitely not what you would expect from a NASCAR map.
All right.
So if you're not, and it's untrained. So if you're not sure that you can handle it, for players really need to consolidate their positions
Mm-hmm.
right now if they want this to finish well for them. So as they head into second warm-up, here are the point totals. In last place, we have Lucky and Panda sharing last place with 84 points.
Okay.
Then we have Focus with 88 points. Then we have Racerlight with 95 points. Then we have Yuki with 98 points. And Spider with 104 points. Then Ekström with 109 points. Then Budala with 114 points.
Holy
Then
moly.
Steak with 117 points. And then Dopa with 152 points.
Goodbye.
So
He
yeah,
has
I
taken
am
off.
pretty sure that Dopamine is absolutely gone unless he has an epic meltdown. He's as good as first, second place for Stakey,
Yeah,
and third place for Budala.
that
I
is
need
very
you to
nice.
pinch yourself. Budala is ahead of Ekström, ahead of Spider, ahead of Racerlight, ahead of Focus Yuki and everyone else.
And he's
So
not
this
even
is
in the division,
he's not even
actually.
in the division. He actually demoted to Division 3.
Yeah,
Actually, no, he's in Division 2, but he couldn't play with us, so he would be playing with Division 3. I think that's how it goes.
yeah.
Yes. But the point is, Budala demoted from Division 1 after 2 bad performances, and now he's third.
That is insane. Very well
To
done
be
by him.
fair, Panda being in 10th place is in shared last place, technically shared 9th, is, of course, that's, not very realistic.
No.
It doesn't really matter in the sense he's not a competitor anyway. He's there to fill out a team. So yes, in terms of team points, yes, this would have been different, and if Devil played instead of Panda, you can reasonably argue that Red Team and Blue Team would have been even more balanced. But it doesn't really matter because I think that all the players are in the exact position they deserve to be. It was your solo skill that determined where you are right now.
Hmm.
So we'll see what happens. And this is where we enter a very, very difficult and weird stage for all the players because they are now going through the hardest maps, the least consistent maps, and they're already tired. We were running late.
That is very true.
This is where we start breaking down. Oh lord, why am I out of spectator again? What is this server doing?
Uh-oh. Deft no
No.
driver.
If they
Alright.
get 11 points this round because of this, I'm going to be so mad. Why is it taking me
No.
out of spectator?
Seems to take really long here as well. Okay,
Yeah, when there's 10 players, you
There
have
we
to
go.
synchronize. Okay, so in terms of players, if you are Ekström, if you're Spider, if you're Steak, if you're Budala, you want to keep it together. You have a lead, and this map is notoriously inconsistent. Keep it together. You have no reason to risk. People are going to crash. You have to trust that they will. You just have to be aware that this is the kind of map that players cannot finish consistently. It's just never going to happen. And you have to keep it together. You have to aim for those +4, +5 if you have to finishes. To consolidate your lead and to keep yourself going, going strong.
Alright.
However, if you're lucky, if you're Focus, if you're, who else is there? Racerlight even. You need to step it up massively. And you have to risk. And whether that risk is going to pay off, well, nobody knows. Because this map is just, it's unforgiving, it's merciless, and it doesn't care whether you actually drove the right line or not, because the Ramstein's going to send you out. And you can see it at the beginning of lap number 2. So you have, instead of players being separated by 3/10 of a second, they're separated by a whole second, because it's impossible for anyone but, the really best or the most trained players to really things very well on this map.
Yeah. Very true. So a little bit bigger gap right now. Dopa fighting with Panda for first place. And the field seems really split up. Razorlight even more than 7.5 seconds behind right now. Huge mistake already made by him. And Dopa looking to close out the first round on this map again, and he will. There we go, a 151.22 as the
Yeah,
rest of the field follows.
So if I had to pick a POV player for this map, and I didn't actually pick him yet, I'm going to go with Budala. Just because he's in a sensational third position right now. And this is exactly, this is, oh my god, what is
Yeah,
going on with Razorlight?
I don't know.
Jesus.
That is
Is my,
insane.
is my game actually this laggy?
No, it is not you. It is me as well. I just switched to free mode.
What
There we go.
in Lord's name was the...
All right.
Actually,
But
who do we spec? Who do we spec? I don't even know. Like, on this map, I don't think of any player instinctively. Maybe the chat can suggest whose POV they want to watch for this map.
yeah, make sure to watch Deft's POV stream from a player, guys. Would like to hear it in chat. Give us some input as the second round is on the way. Focus,
So,
please.
two players saying
Focus.
focus, so
All right.
focus it is. Okay, so
All right.
Focus is in a position where he does need to risk. So he's got 88 points. It's not looking good for him, especially not because despite the fact that he's looking to promote from Div 2, he's playing with Div 1. He's going to get his points based on Div 1, which means his 7th place isn't good enough.
All right. Oh, that's not nearly good.
Now he has to risk on a map that just doesn't allow you to risk. It's just... You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You can no longer gain consistent points on these maps. Look at what's happening to him. Oh my lord, what is going on?
Alright. Extrem. Ui. Big mistake. Yuki very far out as well. And Dopa just cruising just in front of Stiko here, who might be doing pretty well on this map once again. Lucky
So
coming in.
Stake could be on the cards for another second place finish in Focus, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Out of it all, so we're going to tune into the front of the pack just to quickly look at what's going on there. As we see Stake, Dopamine releases a bit, and oh no, he actually touches the wall. This could be a red round at the end of it all, but Panda will get sniped by Stakey.
Oh,
Is it
Stake
red?
again. It might
Is
be
it
red.
Yeah, but there's two red players in the final two positions. I'm not sure.
No.
The blue round.
Yeah. All right. 1-1.
It's a blue round, unfortunately for them. Focus only 8th place means he is second to last in the point totals for this map, and Lucky Shot takes the lead on this map. Very impressive indeed from him. So let's tune into Focus again and hope that he can start getting some points back because he needs it. He needs it badly.
All right. Let's see if he can. Razorlight actually as well on 7 points only. He is not having the best evening, I think. Razor. Not too many points collected for him.
He is solidly in the middle of the pack. Okay, so I guess some viewers have joined us recently and they still aren't aware this is a multi-stream. So we have Rayma giving you the general POV.
Yes.
You have myself giving you the POV of one player per every map. So same commentary on both streams, but one of them gives you a different viewing feed than the other.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're both on call as Focus. Oh no, that was... Oh my god. That was what we would call an unfortunate accident. We'll tune into the front of the pack because Focus is well and truly out of this round and it's looking quite red.
Yeah,
Lucky Shot and Spider, yes, fighting together very well as Dopamine. I think... Was that a small release? I think it was. Stake was the only one that made that corner clean. Lucky Shot, though, look at the speed he's carrying, but he can't carry it over into the next turn safely. Stake with a release, look at that, travels so safely to avoid any risks, realizing that he is in 3rd place, as good as it needs to be on a map like this, and good enough for his team to take the round as well, but hopefully...
Spider
He would like to defend his position. Let's see, this final corner can kill
Oh.
rounds.
Oh, he stays in front. All right, so
Rounds
everyone makes
looking,
it through.
rounds looking hella blue to me.
Yeah,
As
safely blue.
unfortunately, Yuki and Panda not having the greatest day of their life. Lucky Shot with a very strong 151.4. Focus, unfortunately, in 10th place. The POV curse is something the chat inflicted on him this time. I disclaim all responsibility for what is going on right now, as it's not my choice. The chat said they wanted to see Focus, and unfortunately, they might have seen a bit more than they bargained for. 6 points only on this map. Lucky Shot still in the lead with 27 points.
impressive.
Amazing performance, and he needed it. He needed that point injection badly, as he was shared last place with Panda. He's going to make a marvelous comeback if he can actually build up a strong point advantage with consistent finishes on this map.
Yeah, because
Focus, unfortunately, sliding out again. No.
I think Lucky Shot is also 7th in the overall rankings, right? In Div 1, so he should
He
be
has to defend himself, yes,
yeah.
and the way it's going right now, it might not be going well. But here's the thing, the maps that are coming up right now are pretty, how should I say it, inconsistent. They're pretty funny, to put it in a different way, and I think that that might just be Lucky Shot's, hunting ground. These kinds of maps that other players maybe are not ready to take on. He might be prepared for these things. Oh my lord, someone went flying.
Wow. And Dopa nowhere to be
This
seen as well, while Stiko is taking the lead.
The round is anyone's guess at this point, I
Yeah.
think. Ideally, red team would like to snipe one of the FUTS players. Looks like it's a good old German coalition at the front.
Ooh. This will be very close indeed.
The red team, oh my god, the pace from red team right now is just something to behold. Spider taking the lead and Yuki and Lucky Shot fighting. German Alliance falls behind. They've been pushed back by the allies of red team.
Wow. There we
And
go.
can they finish is the question. The final corner has killed way more runs than you might think. Oh no, Lucky Shot. Oh,
Oh
he
my
barely
god.
saves it. Gets sniped, but it is a red round.
There
It
we
is,
go.
I think, a red round despite Panda's severe mistake. Focus 8th, Dopamine 9th, Panda 10th place. Panda probably doesn't care all that much, but his team will, because blue team is definitely in the lead in the overall team point match.
Yeah, they are doing well.
And they are going to get +2 points each for that, so it is in the interest of red team to strike back, but it's only 2-2. They haven't actually won, they've just kept it even.
Yeah. Mimo saying, Mew, my eyes are hurting. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had some huge lags on that last lap there. Hopefully it will be normal here again. And there we go.
As we tune into focus again, waiting to see a clean round out of him. Somebody flew off already. What was that? Who did we lose?
Oh. I don't know.
That Yuki.
I'm
That Yuki, I think
completely
it
frozen.
is Yuki. Yuki is gone. Nowhere to be seen.
Alright, my internet is giving up on me. Players are not moving anymore. So make sure to go to the multi-stream, guys. We have Deft with the POV as well.
So Focus actually keeping up reasonably well this time. 6th position, keeping up with the front of the pack, but he is a bit farther behind, and now he just doesn't have the same proficiency with the lines. He doesn't have the same, desire to risk as other players, although as I say that, he is keeping it quite close to the others, but he does almost slide out, looking like the rest of the players are catching up to him quite well. Good corner from Focus, keeping it close with Racerlight and Lucky Shot. So far, so good. Keeping it together, a lot of players. Very good round this time. Perhaps not as close as we saw Div 2 last night, but well, that was a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. 6 players in a tenth of a second. Dopamine touches the wall. Spider touches the wall. Stake and Focus. Focus from 6th place to 2nd in a span of a lap. Incredible. From the Dutchman. It's one corner to go between him and 9 points. Can even snipe Stake at the end? No, he can't, but what a round that is from Focus. 9 points in the bank. Blue round again. Very, very well done.
Wow, well done. All right. Let's hope I sink back into the match this round.
Now look at this, Dopamine third with 30 points, Stake and Lucky Shot joined first with 40 points. This is developing in an interesting way. I think Dopa has too big of a lead to be caught up to, but both Stake and Lucky Shot are gonna love this. Lucky to come back from last place and Stakey to solidify his second place finish, and it wouldn't even be the first one, so Dopa first, Stakey second is what we had in week 1, and we can see it again here in week 4. It's an amazing performance, all BFNL long from Stake, with maybe a bit more questionable in week 2 when the maps were trained, but we can clearly see when it's this mixture of trained and untrained maps, or just fully untrained, Stake has a lot of natural talent for just driving quickly without a lot of practice. Very well done from him indeed.
Doing well for himself indeed.
We focused on Extreme on map 2, so I would rather not do it again, especially because we've proven that it is a bit of a jinx. I don't think Extreme needs any jinxes. He's got 20 points on this map, second to last. I don't think I need to make it any harder on him than it already is. Focus keeping up well enough, so 6th position again. Last time he finished second at the end of the lap thanks to others' mistakes. He's looking to capitalize again, and he's staying close enough. Look at this, already advancing to 4th position behind Spider and Lucky Shot. Dopamine far ahead in the lead, almost trying to set the best possible time so far. Focus taking a bit of a safe line. And unfortunately, he will drop several positions. He needs to get some mistakes done, or he needs to risk it. The temptation to drive quickly is so strong, but eventually he does release. Stake now making a huge comeback to try to put the blue team in the advantage again.
Oh my days, and here goes Dopa on a sick 81 time. He is on pace here. Let's see if he can finish it.
Corner, Spider drops behind. This could still be a blue round. This probably is a blue round. Let's see what happens. Focus, not ideal, but he won't get sniped and he secures 5th place.
Wow.
152 flat, 150.72 from Dopamine. Fastest time so far.
Very nice. What a round by Dopa.
I think we've ever seen in rounds, and that is just in a league of its own.
Insane.
That is in a league of its own.
Alright. But he doesn't take the lead yet in total points. Lucky Shot now in front and Stiko second. Very close between the two. So interesting fight there actually. Let's see if they can fight again here. Lucky and Stiko for the #1 spot. Racer also
so look
coming
at this.
in.
No mistakes this time, and just look at how close this is. 10 of the best players we have, just so close to each other. This is enjoyable to watch. Of course, Div 2 had a legendary finish last night where you had 6 players in 1/10 of a second, and finally we see players here start dropping. But let's see what happens here, actually.
Super close.
It is super close, but Focus, unfortunately, not on the good side of that closeness, as he is in 9th position. Now overtakes Budala, now overtakes Yuki, taking advantage of those mistakes. He's been doing pretty well for himself in these past couple of rounds. Let's see what he can do now. Again, 7th position, 6th position. This is where he usually starts lap 2, and he profits from others' mistakes. Will he get any material to work with? Racerlight with a bit of a wonky entry, but he will not drop the position. Still looking pretty balanced so far, although slightly blue at the end of it all. Dala now coming back with a vengeance, but he's going to miss the line slightly. Focus, good speed. He's making it up really quickly. But can he carry that speed through? That is the question. Doesn't look to be the case. He's driving quite safely, and that is unfortunately not good enough for Division 1. Stake now with a mistake, pun intended, as Focus is now rushing to the finish line only in 7th place, despite a clean and reasonably fast round. There is no room for error and no mercy in Division 1 and Division 2. Final corner, no players seem to be dropping. Oh no, Focus, what was I saying? He does make it to the finish line, but that was almost the jinx of a lifetime. Blue team up 5-2.
There we go. So another blue round. And Extreme actually in a very interesting fight there. I think very close with the top players there. So good stuff. As I actually missed the last lap there because of a freeze again. Let's hope the server keeps up. Anyways, 5-2 for blue, so they are closing out the map pretty fast at this rate.
not just the map, it's also the match that they're closing out. So at this point,
Yeah.
red team do not have a chance to come back unless they really strike hard on this map and then probably ace blue team completely on the following map, which I don't think is going to happen. So blue team, importantly, securing an additional +2 overall points per player, which is really important for almost all of them, especially for Focus, especially for Budala. They're going to be loving life.
Yeah, he's doing very
As
well.
we see red players falling behind, Extreme, then Spider, then Panda. This is a blue map, this is a blue match. And then I think map 4 might be starting very, very shortly.
Yeah.
Blue team looks to seal multiple map points right here, right now. Dopa keeping up very well, but Focus keeping up very well. Yuki with a colossal mistake. This is exactly what Focus wants. He wants to profit from the mistakes of others, and he's made a decent comeback thanks to it. 5th position now, needs to hope for more mistakes at the front. Good speed now, overtaking Racerlight, keeping himself close, looking to benefit and pounce if anybody drops a position. That is a very good line. Oh no! He
No.
will rampage out, and that is the end of his attempt. Lucky Shot in second place behind Dopamine, minimizing any potential points loss.
Yeah, well done. Stiko right behind again. So the fight not yet done between these two. Stiko has to
Dopamine dropped a
capitalize
lot of
here.
speed, but it's not enough for Lucky Shot to snipe him. But look at this, despite the fact that Dopamine is consistently faster, Lucky Shot is always in second place. And
Yeah.
he is gaining so many points right now. He was almost last place, and now Lucky will be jumping ahead so many positions because he's destroying the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's doing very well. And he seems to keep it up as well. So meanwhile, Blue on a match point here. So maybe the last round of the evening on this map.
It should be the last round of the evening because honestly, blue team has just been on point most of the time.
Yeah.
Red team, not nearly as much. To be fair, they have a completely untrained Panda who hasn't played TMNF for months on end now,
Yeah.
and Trackmania in general. Still, you did expect it to be a bit closer. Perhaps
Very
with the
true.
rest of the players on red team, maybe you kind of expected Lucky Shot and Yuki to be able to take a better fight to Focus and Budala and maybe even it out a bit, but unfortunately, red team on the losing end, and they will feel it regardless of what the extenuating circumstances are. Again, a red player losing their life, but there are 3 red players ahead, and unfortunately, they have to stay up ahead. Look at this.
Have to
You
stay
have 3
there.
players on Daddy 1 pace, all of them from the red
And
team.
Ace.
The potential of this team, unbelievable, but the execution leaves us wanting. Lucky Shot now takes the lead. I do think he'll be releasing a bit. So yes, Extreme, Spider, and Dopamine make it past the mistake as well, but he's close enough to deliver an amazing round. And an amazing round they need. Extreme will be dropping away. Looking pretty blue right now, if you ask me.
Ay, that was not what they needed. They were very close, but Ekstrom with the mistake. And there we go, Dopa again in the lead. And look, fighting with Stigo for these very important points.
But Lucky will slightly touch the ram. He will slide out a bit.
Ooh.
It's all very good. Let's turn back to focus the attention of the knight. Can he actually snipe Lucky Shot's position? He's doing very well for himself. 5th position. A 5th position he direly needs considering he only has 30 points from this map in total. Not the best performance from him. Let's see what happens at the end. I don't think he can make up any positions unless someone ahead of him crashes, but he'll be happy with 5th considering the circumstances. Blue round, map over, and this should be the end of this map. Dopamine in a 151 flat, amazing time as well. Spider keeping up, securing a few points at the end that I think he did desperately need. Lucky Shot wins the map overall. Ladies and gentlemen,
That
you
is
were
insane.
here when in Division 1 BFNL, Lucky Shot got the most points on map number 3.
With Dopa actually driving, has to be said. That is very, very impressive. Well done, Lucky. All right. So that was map number 3. 7-2 in team score, and I think blue team has taken the match there. Well done by them. Into the last map we go.
I will be calculating the points very quickly, and Rema, if your stream is not completely frozen, please lead the players into the funkiest map of the evening, the least consistent and the most interesting.
All right.
Morocco's 4th map. So please
Mangao.
try to explain to the audience what they are in for.
I will, I will explain to myself first what I will see here. That will be very, very interesting, as we can see the map here already. All right, so there we go. Interesting start with a lot of boosters. And let's
And
see how
I'm
the
just
players
going to
execute this.
quickly calculate the maps. Now, as you can see, some elements that could be very non-standard on what you would call a typical NASCAR map.
All right. See it there. Interesting part is this with the wall ride. Not actually being a wall ride. A looping here. Ay, ay, ay. This will be very interesting. Another looping. So 2 loops already. Banked turn. Very sharp, I think, because the exit speed from the loopings is really high. And then a huge jump into this banked corner. All right. That is looking funky, guys. We got loopings, we got poles, we got sharp turns, we got everything. And a lot of releasing in this part, I think. Dopa making a huge mistake there as well.
So that is not something you will ever see in NASCAR. So this is completely atypical, and it's untrained. So it's untrained, and at this
Wow.
point you're tired as hell from the previous map and from the first 2 ones as well. Like, it is incredibly difficult for the players to actually, do their fullest here, but they have to. Their full attention is demanded to actually stay on this map.
Yeah. Very true. This requires a lot of attention. So we'll see who handled the last couple
And
of
the
hours, I think.
point totals are ready, so we are
All
going
right.
to jump into that and see exactly what we are going to look at.
Okay.
Again,
Let's
I'm
see.
out of spectator. Come on, just stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so point totals, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, let me just order them before I begin, because at this point it's hard to keep track actually of who's ahead of whom. And obviously on the last map we need to keep track of who can still make which position.
Yeah. That will be
Oh,
very
now
interesting.
this will be interesting. This has
Are
fallen
we in
into
for a treat, Mr. Deft?
you are in for a treat, but
Very
not for
good.
the first 2 positions. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
Okay.
first position, Dopamine, 222 points. Safe to say this is over for him, as he is 40 points ahead of Stake, or 39 to be precise. Stake, second place with 183 points. He's also very strong and has a 25-point advantage over third place. He would really have to drop the ball to drop second position.
All
So these
right.
2 are quite well done. Third place, Lucky Shot. From last place to
Wow.
third place, based on the previous map, 158 points. Fourth place, Spider, 156, only 2 behind Lucky Shot. Budala, 152, only 4 behind Spider. Then Racer, 149, only 3 behind Budala. Then
Wow.
Ekstrem, 144, only 5 behind Racerlight. And bottom 3, Yuki, 131, Focus, 124, and Panda, 120 points.
All
So we
right.
have a battle for the bottom 3 positions, and we have a battle in the midfield from 3rd to 7th place.
That is a very
And
packed midfield.
everybody is asking POV Dopamine on this map. Ask and you shall receive.
All right, so we can jinx Dopa one time. Let's see if it works really now.
And we jinx Dopa enough to lose a 40-point advantage. I'm really interested in this. Can this be possible? Is Dopa immune to jinxing?
That would be insane. We'll really
Is
see it now.
Is Dopa immune to jinxing? I'm really interested right now.
All right. Let's see what we can do here. And let's see what the players can do, because Deft, as he just said, very packed midfield, so everything's still to play for on this last map made by Miraco, and very, very interesting map with a lot of crazy stuff going on. So let's see how the players execute it. Untrained as well.
So this is a flat section that this is not any flat turn you've ever driven. So this is completely different. If you are not, I don't know, if you don't get the hang of it quickly, you're gonna bleed a ton of points. Especially now that we've kind of established that blue team is generally winning. aren't actually all that many rounds for you to make mistakes. And look at this, Dope almost misses the loop, and he does touch the
Ooh,
wall.
he does, yeah.
So this is the problem. That corner comes very soon, sooner than you would ever expect in a NASCAR map. So you can absolutely be caught off guard, and well, we see what happened right now. How many people survived the first corner? All of them. I can't believe my eyes.
Wow. All right. So they are really close still.
Okay, so we're just going to tune into the front of this battle because I think this deserves a special spotlight. Stake now. Who's in 6th place? I need to see. Look at this. 6 players, 0.2 of a second away from each other on a map like this. Have you ever seen something like it? And more importantly than that, what used to look like a really blue round is now looking as red as ever.
Oh,
Not that it can change the match outcome, but maybe it can give position. And blue team just vanishes from the radar. Red team, dominant performance.
Wow, Lucky Extra and Panda Spider. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very well done. And Lucky winning that round is impressive. He will try to stay in top 3.
Lucky might secure that 3rd position, but look at this. Yeah. Stake +3, Lucky +10. The advantage is 25 points. Can we actually see something like this happen? Do you believe?
That would be crazy.
Chat?
Does chat actually believe? I believe. So let's see what Lucky can do against Stiko. That will be very, very interesting.
Is we've lost someone at the very beginning. That was Panda, I believe, that we lost.
Yeah.
As I need to turn this on. We just jinxed Lucky, so Ramstein incoming. Well, we can maybe spectate Lucky right now. I think that would be the best way to ensure that we haven't jinxed him. As you can see, he's alive and well and in 4th position. So please do not slander me like this. I would never jinx anyone. It hasn't happened 15 times so far, please.
Montage incoming with
Lucky Shot shows up on my screen anyway, so yeah, I can't save myself. He's the one that's in my screen. I can't avoid him. Sorry.
Racer Light with a landing bug there, I think. Sliding out in the first turn.
It is entirely possible. And look at his flat section. Dopamine, he does carry a lot of speed into it, but can he actually save that speed? What was this?
Oi, oi, oi. He is still alive. What am I looking at? What the fuck? Dopamine. He's still alive.
You can't do this, man. You can't get away with the stuff that crashes out any other NASCAR player. How does this?
Oh my days.
How is this allowed, man? Soon into Lucky Shot final corner, and we see that the round is looking as blue as ever.
There we go. He takes 81.
And he takes 31. Yes, he does.
Oh my god.
I guess it doesn't really matter what the map is. It doesn't matter what, what's going on. Dopamine will find a way to dominate. Yuki, not too excited about this map, and I can't blame him.
I understand.
I wouldn't be excited. I was not excited either.
No, I understand. Totally. Very crazy map, and we can see he's at the bottom of the leaderboard. 4 points right now. I don't know. He's struggling at this map right now.
You can see Ekstrom now making up a lot of points, actually, with 2 very consistent performances. And he is in need of it, because he was the biggest loser of map number 3. He actually fell to, I think, 6th place from 3rd. So now he wants to bring it back, and he still can bring it back.
Yeah.
It is entirely possible.
Because it is so close.
He has to now keep delivering. He has to consistently collect 8+ points, because that's how you make up a deficit. He is the only...
No!
Why did I ever say anything, man?
Oh my days. Meanwhile, actually, Lucky Shot is on an insane time. Top 1 minus 0.35. Let's see if he can keep this up. Fighting with Dopamine right now. Oh my days. These guys, they are extremely fast.
I will not speak. Rayma, take it away.
Yeah. You will just... no caster cursed here, so let's see Lucky Shot fighting with Dopa, who slides out actually. Will miss a lot of speed going into the looping. Lucky Shot still alive for the daily 1 hunt. Let's see if we can make it happen.
He's speed sliding.
Oh my days, he's actually speed sliding. 0.2, he will do it here. There we go, 0.20. What a record at 127. Oh my god. Yeah, he was speed sliding actually. That was insane.
He's just chill driving fun speed.
Oh my god. Hey, and in the meantime, I
I was
think...
told this is a NASCAR tournament, y'all. I was told this is a NASCAR tournament. Just they're just chill speed sliding.
Let's
Jesus
go.
Christ, man.
He takes first place, 26 points, and Stiko is on 16. So
But
that
Dopamine
is
slides out
interesting.
now. He's still close enough, so
Yeah.
maybe we can see some. So Dopamine thinks Yuki. Oh no, he's not liking this map at all. I can sympathize.
Yeah. All right.
The hint of speed fun. I think this is a bit more than a hint of speed fun, mate. But we'll see what happens. Oh, this is a bit more than a hint of speed fun. Let's see what happens now. So Ekström, the only person from red team keeping it together. 60k effect. Actually, yeah, this is dead ass a 60k map. This is modern 60k
Yes.
mapping. Its finest. This has to show up on 60k like this week. Swear to God, man.
Oh,
As
Lucky
blue
drifting
team is
out.
dominating, and what is this? Budala? Dominant performance? Not enough platform. No. It's the speed fun part that really makes it a 60k map, honestly. That's really the key point here.
But
As
look at
Budala is
Budala.
himself on a Daddy 1. I
What is
can't
this?
believe it's gonna be 3 Daddy 1s in 3 rounds. Surely not. Is he gonna speed slide is the question. Does he have the secret sauce? I don't think that was much of a speed slide.
Oh, but he is actually faster. Can he do it here? No, he didn't. Oh my god, how close was that? Oh my days.
100 of a second.
What is going on this map? Deities left and right. Budala actually... What?
Oh
my
god. Speed players are out
god.
the doors.
Oh my god. What a performance there. Very nicely done. What a map.
Checkmate, man.
Ay.
Okay, so Lucky Shot has made up 9 points compared to Stake. Needs 16 more somehow to take second place, which, if he does, let me just put this to you. Lucky Shot after the second map was shared last place. He is now in clear control of third place.
Yeah, that is insane.
Let me make that clear. And if Stake makes a ton of mistakes for some reason and Lucky Shot keeps driving consistently... No, what is this? What is this? Minus 0.2 Daddy 1
insane.
after a few corners. No. This is illegal. And they drop it. Thank God I was...
Oh my god. Yeah.
Thank God, like I was expecting... Just surely Dopamine won't now start putting in top 1 splits? Please?
Let's see.
Yeah, he is slightly far behind, although that is still a massive run. Let's make that abundantly clear.
Oh,
Can he make it up? How fast was Lucky Shot in the first place? Let's find out.
Alright, Yuki now also behind Dopa, looking for some needed points.
He does need them. He does need them very badly. He's not looking good on the... Particularly that last third map, it ruined him.
Yeah.
He needs points here now. So Dopamine actually made up time compared to Lucky Shot here at the end, but it's not going to be enough still. Very respectable 28.2, and a blue round nonetheless, so this will be over in a second if this is the way it continues. Yuki needs to keep training those points together if he wants to stay in touch.
Boosted 22 points now, in front of Focus. How is Lucky Shot doing? 38 to Stiko 25. That is a gap there, but I don't know. I think we need to see something crazy going on here.
We might have actually lost multiple. I think we might have actually lost, but Doppel's just going over to Ramstein with 0 care, and you think to yourself, well, this is a low-speed turn, the Ramstein is surely safe. It is not. So this is just Dopamine taking an insane risk and it paying off. And look at this again, 0.2 of a second, 1/4 of a second ahead of top 1. 0.3 of a second. What in God's name is he doing?
Oh my days. Are we actually seeing this?
Start speed sliding.
Yeah.
It's the secret sauce. Oh, come on.
He gives it up. So now on to Budala, who is on a really good run as well. And Lucky Shot as well, super close here. Panda as well, Stiko as well. Oh my god, they are all very fast and very close. Stiko now stepping up. Yes, he will overtake.
Yes, he needs the points. He's actually being caught up to by Lucky Shot, so he has to minimize his losses very quickly. It
Yeah.
can actually still go to Lucky Shot despite his overwhelming
Oh
lead.
my god, look at this fight with the four of them so close together. Who will actually take this? It will be a great time in the end. No matter who wins, Lucky or Steak. Oh, it will be Lucky in the end. Oh my god. 28-26. What a round. Look at how close that is. Holy moly.
Not only is Lucky Shot now in solid possession of third place, but here's the interesting part. He can still he's now halfway there to make second place.
That is insane.
If Lucky Shot keeps doing what he's doing right now, he can finish second after being last after map 2. I repeat,
That is
last, and he
insane.
was last by some margin. It's not like he was last by 5 points from third place. He was really far behind. This is the greatest comeback I've seen in BFNL history.
Very true.
If he
So
can
Lucky
complete
going
it,
for it.
if he can complete it, let's not jinx before it's over. As I see this round, actually, pretty weak start from our man here.
How many points does he still need? Because there are only potential 2
Yeah,
more rounds left.
There are 14 points between him and Stakey, and he needs 25. 26, sorry. 25, yeah, actually, since tied positions count anyway. He really has to step it up, but Stake is actually marvelously stepped up to defend his own position, so there is absolutely... would have to be something very special for him to drop out right now, so let's actually take...
And he hits the wall. And there goes Lucky. Oh my god, you just said it and it happened. It wasn't a big crash, but he touches the wall after the Rammstein. And there he goes. Ekstrom giving up.
But to be fair, Stake is still in... I think he's in 5th place. That's good enough. Since this is a blue round with Ekstrom going out, there's no two ways about it. And then Yuki also drops out, so...
Alright.
Okay, so this is not the worst. Yeah, he manages to keep it at 2 points. So assuming blue team finishes now, the Stake doesn't make a colossal mistake, he should defend his 2nd place. It should be doable.
Alright. Let's see. What might be the last lap of the evening.
Lucky Shot, if this is the final round, if red team doesn't extend it, Lucky Shot needs to make up 9 points in this round. So it would have to be just the last. And Stake obliges. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
Can
no.
this happen? Lucky needs to push it now. This is actually a chance.
Is he aware though? Is he aware that this is the... Oh no, Panda retires. So okay, this means that technically the gap is diminished. So now at this point, I don't think Lucky can do it, even with a 1st place finish, just because Panda went out. So Stake can't finish 10th place.
He is 9th though. That is insane. With only 1 more lap to go, and Lucky is pushing it to 1st place, but as you said...
the mistakes are gonna come in clutch for Stake. He's gonna save it.
Oh! Oh my god, 2 players crashed! Who were that? It were Razorlight. Oh my god.
And Extreme out.
Yeah.
Gonna do very well for them in the point total, so that's... I'm not sure if they're aware that they can still, like, lose a significant amount of positions and places. I'm not... I would not do that if I were in their position. Fair enough, I guess, you know, it's the final round and you're kind of tired and it started late, I understand. As Stake makes a phenomenal comeback to secure his own 2nd position, and it should be good, so...
Nicely done.
Looking like a FUTS 2nd place again for Stakey. We're going to verify that very quickly as the blue round finishes, and with that, the match itself. This was Division 1 complete.
GG.
All of the day.
Oh my god.
We are going to start calculating the points, so please stay tuned.